every 10 and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
4-year-old Macy Lilly was found safe yesterday. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Monday, February 29th. Happy Leap Year Day, 2016. Right now, the sky is cloudy. We had some light snow showers early this morning, and we have 37 degrees in Missoula right now. Our newscast this morning sponsored by the Mustard Seed Asian Cafe at Southgate Mall. Our top story across the state this morning. Good news out of Roosevelt County. The tiny reservation community of Wolf Point was a focus of hundreds of thousands of prayers and social media messages nationwide over the weekend, following the abduction, subsequent Amber Alert, and the recovery of 4-year-old Macy Lilly. Public Information Officer for the Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office, Lee Ulmer, has details.
Friday night at approximately 9:30, there was a call into Roosevelt County Dispatch noting that Macy Lilly, a 4-year-old Native American child, was taken by an unknown individual who was later identified as John Libra.
The child was found safe at about 11:20 on Sunday morning. Ulmer said the sheriff's office was overwhelmed by the reaction to the child's abduction through the few posts he placed on social media. There was even a story published on the CNN website.
Being a small town of maybe 3,000 people, as well as a county of only 11,000, seeing tens of thousands of hits on our social media sites, and the people that were praying and sending their well wishes to both the families and the law officers. The support nationwide is always greatly appreciated.
Wolf Point is located in the northeast corner of Montana at Roosevelt County on the Fort Peck Reservation, about 60 miles from Canada, about 90 miles from Williston, North Dakota. The first confirmed case of Zika virus in Montana was announced early Friday. It was right here in Missoula. City County Health Department Health Promotion Director Cindy Hotchkiss provides details.
We have identified our first case in Montana in a Missoula County resident who actually returned from a Zika-infected area. The mosquitoes that actually can infect people are not found in Montana.
Hotchkiss says it was important to note that the woman was not pregnant.
So Zika virus has recently been linked with some pretty serious health problems in pregnant women. It can cause certain kinds of birth defects. There's still ongoing studies to check it out, but there's definitely been a link with birth defects and Zika virus in pregnant women.
Hotchkiss says the Missoula woman noticed symptoms after she returned from overseas, visited her healthcare provider, and tested positive for the disease. She's currently under her doctor's care. The wife of an Augusta area man charged with killing their neighbor in a rural subdivision said the neighbor was harassing them, acting erratically, and appeared to be ready for a confrontation over land access in the minutes before he was shot. Tanny Converse testified in district court Thursday and Friday. Her husband, Joe Campbell, is charged with deliberate homicide in the October 18, 2013 death of Timothy Newman. Converse said Newman rode an all-terrain vehicle while following her and Campbell up a road to a gate on their property. Converse said her husband told her to go call the sheriff. While she was on her way to a cabin with a landline, she heard 2 pops she thought could be gunshots. However, prosecutors noted she did not report the suspected shots during that 911 call. Missoula City Councilor Harlan Wells declared last week he would pursue a referendum on the city's attempt to acquire mountain water. But according to Missoula Elections Coordinator Rebecca Connors, if Wells cannot get the city council to approve giving the public a yes or no vote, then he won't have enough time to get the referendum on the June ballot.
The petition process, when you have to gather signatures to be able to place something on the ballot, the initial process takes about 2 months to get it going. If the petition is approved, there's a 90-day window to gather signatures. Since for a federal election, we're mailing ballots 45 days before the election, for a June primary, we have our ballot is already certified by late March.
Although the issue won't be in front of voters during the primary, it could be on the ballot in November.
With a 6-month process, 5 to 6 month process to be able to do the petition signature process, the window is closed to be able to get anything on the June primary, but there's still a little bit of time for the November election.
Wells believes the public should have a say on the proceedings because the expense has grown to an amount far greater than the public was originally led to believe. Republican Greg Gianforte has tried to take the sheen off the state's most glowing economic numbers as he campaigns for governor. Montana's unemployment rate's a full rate a point below the national number. Incomes are rising. Governor Steve Bullock is touting what some outside analysts call, quote, an ecosystem of entrepreneurship, end quote, in his bid for a second term. But as Gianforte makes his bid to oust Bullock, the Bozeman businessman pounces on one particular statistic. Montana's ranked as 49th in the country in wages, behind only Mississippi. There's little dispute that wages in Montana are among the lowest in the country, but economists say the metric itself doesn't tell the full story. Montana Senator Steve Daines is unabashedly proud of the upcoming Montana Energy 2016 conference at Billings coming up at the end of March. Daines describes the conference as the future of Montana and the future of being energy producers.
Montana is uniquely positioned to produce a all-of-the-above energy portfolio. We have certainly the renewables, hydro, wind, and solar. We have more recoverable coal than any state in the nation, as well as oil and natural gas.
Daines said the conference will mark the difference between the Obama administration's emphasis on renewables and a more balanced approach.
My concern right now is this president seeks to kill conventional fuel sources. Those are affordable, reliable fuel sources. He wants to kill them and place all the bets on renewables. The problem with that is it's not feasible. We need to have a balance here, and I hope we can strike that at this energy conference.
The conference takes place March 30th and 31st at the Radisson Convention Center at Billings. Get details on the conference and how to register on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. The first set of bonds have been issued from the $158 million package approved by voters last November for the Missoula County Public Elementary and High Schools. According to Superintendent Mark Thane, interest rate on the bonds is much lower than was expected.
When we promoted the bond election with the voters, we were projecting an interest rate of approximately 3.75%. So when we calculated the potential impact of those bonds on the taxpayer, that's the rate we used. We, on Tuesday, sold $80 million worth of bonds at an average interest rate of about 2.71%.
Thane said a lower interest rate means a lower burden on the taxpayer.
The interest savings could amount to somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 million on the elementary side and $3 million on the high school side. So the total project budgets remain just as we identified them in the information we shared with the voters, but realizing the benefit of lower projected interest rates will favorably impact the taxes of Missoula citizens.
It's just the first wave of bonds to be sold. Finally, more students are buying lunches at Bozeman schools since the district abandoned the National School Lunch Program after deeming the nutritional rules to be too strict. The Bozeman Daily Chronicle reports Bozeman Public Schools Food Services Director Bob Burrows said Thursday that revenues in the fall semester increased nearly $50,000 compared to the previous year. By abandoning the federal program, Bozeman High did lose a $117,000 annual federal subsidy. But Burrows says he's confident the food service will make up the difference. Sorry, Mrs. Obama. News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies today with occasional showers early in the day. By the afternoon, we'll see our temperatures in the mid-40s. Winds will be quite breezy with wind gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.